And all that kind of information is available to you as a user to essentially see how far you walked each day and to monitor your own health.
When you look at healthcare data, you said it interprets it in different terms. One you used was steps. If I have an iPhone and I'm walking and it registers steps, can it tell what direction I went in?
No, it's purely just looking for motion of the gyroscopes, which appears to match the pattern that it expects of somebody who's walking. It doesn't know whether you're in a straight line, walking in zigzag circles, just number of steps.
What if I had my iPhone and I was moving the iPhone, but my feet weren't moving? Would it register?
It could register some, but typically it's relatively good at picking the difference between actually walking or throwing the phone around or shaking it.
The healthcare data, does it store with date and time?
So there's two locations that health data is stored. Primarily a database called healthdb_secure, and that aggregates the information into periods of time. So you may have a 10-minute period where it says 100 steps were taken. Now, it could be that the 100 steps were taken in the first 2 minutes, and then virtually nothing was done for 8 minutes there. But there's another database called Cache Encrypted C, which is more granular. It's where the information is written originally prior to it being aggregated and moved into the bigger health database.
You also mentioned that the healthcare data has a term known as steps.
Yeah.
If the movement registers as steps, would that necessarily mean that a person was walking up or down steps?
Sorry, we're talking about steps taken or flights climbed?
I'm sorry, flights climbed.
A flight climbed, according to Apple, is essentially an incline of 3 meters over 16 steps taken. So it wouldn't really matter whether it was walking up a flight of stairs, walking up a steep inclined hill, on an escalator, something like that. If there is movement that appears to be walking and an incline of 3 meters, then that would be considered a flight climb event.
Is there any other ways that the phone could register flights climbed, but the person's not actually walking up or down stairs?
So I did test this a few months ago, driving in my vehicle. I was able to, if I just put a phone on my dock as I'm driving around, nothing was recorded. But I found that if I was actually holding the phone while driving at the same time, then the natural suspension of the vehicle plus the movement of my arm would be considered enough to be steps,